Hello, good morning everyone. Today we will learn about passing parameter to an action in ASP.NET Core MVC. Okay, so there are different ways to pass that parameter into the MVC. One is routing, the query string, the form, and JSON binding, and of course model binding. So we will go through each and every in detail. So the first one, if I looked at the first one, what is the first one? Is route method. Like we are passing that the parameter into that URL itself using the routing. Like that URL can be product detail and 10, where 10 is that product ID, and we are passing it through here. Let me open that solution side by side. Create new project. And let me see that. Okay, MVC and parameters passing. Okay, so let me add one more controller here. Controller empty, and let's say the product. I added the product controller. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is add the route to that, and I said product. Okay, in this example I showed you that product detail and ID. So let me change this one itself, and let's say product and int ID, and over the routing http cat and route. The product is already there, so let me add details and ID. Let me rename this method as details, and here I can return OK, and I'm returning product with ID. Okay, if I run this application, and I change the URL to product and detail, and that's it done. So here you can see the product with ID 10, like this been captured, and then whatever we've been passing into here, we are passing through routing. Okay, let me go back to the slide. We saw the example of this. Now let's go to the query string. Here we can pass that parameter into the query string as well. So if I talk about this one itself, let me http cat and routing, and let me do it detail q, just to differentiate between the upper one and lower one. And I really don't need to mention here. I can do that, otherwise there's no need. And let me see. Okay. Let me run product queue. But this time detail queue, and this time I need to pass it like id is equal to 18. So you can see the product with id 18. So this we are passing this as a query sim. Additionally, if we would like to do that, we can certainly write that from query string from query. Sorry, both if we explicitly write that from query string, still it will work. Let me show you again. Let me say it's 20, and you can see product with 20. So it's up to us, like we are writing it from query or we are not writing. In the similar way, if we would like to add it here, we can also write from route here to be specifically mentioned. And like if I do that, and details 10, here you can see the product with 10. Okay, now the third is using the post parameter, where we do the proper posting, but that there are two types. We can do with the model, we can do without the model. Okay, so let me create a method http post and routing. Yeah, let's create a product, and let's say, and here string product name string product price, and here I can say that okay, product name and product price. Okay, now what I can do is I can go back and add view, and I said razor view, and I can use the layout, say layout, but here I need to make a get as well, http get and route create, and here return here, and I can delete parameter. It's just to create that. Okay, now here I can do that. Okay, form and I can tell ASP action create ASP controller is folder. Here I can write it class row. will class call as when, let's say 12 and d for say 4 name d class call get input type text and name, and I need to name it exactly what is the name. That is it. I can again copy paste it and price product price. This is what I'm doing without the model. We can certainly do with model as well. Button submit type submit. If I run it, product creator. Here you can see, okay, name test product and price, let's say 67.70. If I submit it, it says that created product, test product and price is, and that's what we return here. Okay, created product. So this was the post method. The fourth is using the JSON body parameter. Usually that type of the parameter we use to pass for the API, through the API. So okay, let me add it here. Let me add a new item and because the API controller, and let's say product API. So here we go to that, okay, routing the API controller. The first thing we need to create a class. So public class product and public string product name, product price. Okay, and in the same way, like HTTP get and HTTP post. I was showing you how to post the data using JSON body. Okay, and routing create, and let me public create, and here it is coming that FromBody, and we are passing the product. Okay, and we checked it like if we are passing product. Now to test this, one thing, let me mention one thing. While you are using the JSON, because the C is a case sensitive language, so I always recommend to have all the property lower name to avoid, because the once you create that any object into the JSON, it will make that first character as a lower character. So to avoid any kind of confusion and everything, I always recommend to have all the lowercase. Okay, now let me run it. To test this, I need to open the Postman, because this is where I can show you. I go there and I change this to post, and I copy this URL here, and what I do that, okay, it goes to that product API controller. So after that, API / product API, and after that it's create. Now we mention here that it's coming from FromBody. Then we go there, there's a body. We select the JSON and we pass it product name, testing, product. The second parameter is product price. We say that okay, and we will 13.12. So here you can see that we pass the class into the body using the JSON. It's a post request and it's going to hit here. If I send it, see here, created product testing, like, and let me, if I'm not passing this one, and this is created product with price, and if we are not passing it, it will be show the bad request. Product name and product price are required. So this is what we return that. If the product name is null or product price is null, then show the return bad request product price. That was the third one. Now after that, we always have a question, can we do it multiple? Like, can I pass one parameter into the route and another into the query string? Yes, we can do that. We can pass one parameter into the query string and one into that routing. And here I already showed you, it's always better to use that explicitly binding or attribute, like we are passing this from the product body, this from the query, from the routing, and from query, from route, and from body. It's always better to do that. Yeah, that was it about the today's session. I hope you like it. Please subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.